Oh no.
Yeah. Yeah. It's all good.
Wednesday.
All right, we got the new setup. She has her own dedicated microphone. So let me know what you think. I got the new cam set up. I actually use my Stream Deck now.
Welcome to the stream, everybody.
And then also, yeah. So we're just gonna do some resume reviews. Let me know if you get the notification. This is why, right here. I've been working on the new setup. What up, coffee?
Got my notification.
We're gonna be doing some resume reviews. So submit them to that email there, and then we'll do it. So it should be good. Nice new table layout. Yeah, we got. Everyone keeps asking. Yeah. So, what up, Wade? Nice sounds. Hey, thanks. She finally got the dedicated mic. How can I show you my resume? So just send it right there to that. To that. What's HR? Humans as resources.
Hey. Humans as capital.
That's the best thing to include in a resume for a tech job. Yeah, you're gonna need a portfolio, bro. Some crud apps. Fancy new setup. Yeah, this is where I've been.
We're working really hard on this. We've been working for days.
Yeah.
Yeah, got my own mic.
All the YouTube money is coming through. Yeah. No, I went to IKEA and bought this on a budget. You know. We'll go back to the regular view here. What up, Ruben? So let me add that actually.
Got all my rocks back there.
She has an echo. Yeah, it's because sometimes it picks up on hers, but we're trying, like, we have some distance here.
Figure it out one day. Is that better?
Clark Kent says, love the last video. Hey, thanks, dude. Appreciate you. Where do I pay? You could just super chat or PayPal, but you don't have to. It's free. So just send it to grindreel@gmail. It's an echo. What about now? Is this any better? Yeah. Only tech resume? No, any resume. There we go. Now take that way away.
I can't read.
That's fine. Keep spamming. Why did you delete the stalker video? Because you guys are creeps. That's why. You guys are freaking creeps. You guys went to go hunt her down to be fucking creeps. I don't want to talk about it because you guys are creeps. Distance stream. Alright. Sweet.
Finally social distancing.
I don't know. This is the first time we tried to do the setup, so. Oh yeah, the email is right there. How much for the table? Each piece was like. This was like I don't know, it was like 60 for each one, and then you had to get the legs individually. IKEA desk, yeah. We went hard on IKEA, as you can see. They had little boxes and stuff. I like the new setup. Hey, thanks, dude. Yeah, we got the cam up there. Well, you're not close enough to talk.
Yeah, I am. It's going up.
Okay, cool. I'll just get a bigger monitor, that way you can see later. Or I can zoom in. You can see from there. You have to be in front.
Okay, that's gonna pick up yours.
Yeah. Yeah, so I have like a noise gate on hers, but we're working on it. Alright, let me pull up the
Yeah, we didn't mean to dox her. We spent hours trying not to.
Can you open it in PDF? Yeah, I can open it in PDF. What's going on with the angle? I mean, we go back to normal if you want. This is the webcam. I don't have two DSLRs I want to hook up.
Angles though in this setup.
You have to be really close to here, probably. Yeah. I might add some gain later, but should be good. I'll get used to it. Can you open the CV in PDF? Yeah, I can do that.
Yeah, I'm glad that we had this color too. When we looked, a lot of stuff was out. There was a lot of white shelves and stuff, so luckily everything we wanted worked out. Now that IKEA finally
Tear up my CV. Or do we do Morgan's? My anonymized resume. All right, you got it. You got it. You can read that.
Yeah.
I can zoom in on that.
Yeah, I got it. I got it.
Yeah, you good. You just gotta go a little closer. Talk.
That better?
Yeah, you should.
Sweet.
Just some work on the room. Yeah, we got it. We're good. Good on the room here.
This was so much fun setting it up. What was not fun was taking everything out.
Yeah. Okay, so
Hey guys, if you send these resumes in, try to take your information out that you don't want to see. I guess we can see the name. That's fine if you want to leave that. Pretty good with it though.
all right, here you go. I'm gonna take
Okay, listen, first pass. This looks beautiful. Not a lot of color, only a couple really small pop color areas. Totally good. I like it. No serif fonts. Is that better? I'm gonna like
Yeah,
eat
here we
this
go.
microphone.
Now we have, yeah. Well, we got to get close, but we should be good. All right, so here we go. Let's take a look at it.
I would try to justify your dates to the right. So
You need a link. You need a link for that, a link for this. You don't have to put app or web app or web app. You don't have to do any of that. You need to link these. Like, you can't just put web app and then Python. You have to.
Python.
Education at the bottom. Experience, Fortune 500 company. Take off intern. Doesn't matter.
Yep.
Just say part-time if they ask. If you say intern, that's going to mean you made no money, and they're going to undercut you because it's your first job. So...
Man, you really... I'm in it. I'm in it. We look like casino dealers. Cool.
We're going to find the email. It's just in the description at grindreel@gmail.com. Better than I deserve. Thanks for being here. Actually, here.
Better than I deserve. Thanks for being here.
There you go. I got my Stream Deck set up for the first time. I've had it for a while, but now I got all the views. Yeah, take off intern.
Your dates. Those need to be justified to the right side. Right now they're just kind of floating out.
Be quiet.
Matter. Did you turn this down?
Right now.
What about now? Is that better? Sweet.
All right.
Hopefully it doesn't.
There we go.
Otherwise, this resume looks pretty good.
You
I like it. Those are all my favorite colors too. Check it out. All the shades.
got a glowing mouse pad? Yeah, nobody needs a glowing mouse pad.
But it's fun. All your stuff is RGB. Is it gonna pick up on yours?
All right, so skills are at the bottom here. Let me go back. I mean, I guess I don't even need to do it, but Java developer certificate. So take your certificates off. New room looking good. Hey, appreciate you, man. Thank you. Are you blocking out the details? So this one's actually already removed. So like, take off your phone number, take off your address, stuff like that.
Just when sending to us. Also, when not sending to us even, all of them need to not have your address. Never submit your resume with an address to your employer. They'll get that when they need it. It doesn't need. This looks good. Yeah. I might put a little more information under your experience. Right now you only have one line saying what you did. Try to list out a few more things. You need bullet points for those under experience. Otherwise, everything else is pretty good.
I'm working on the echo.
Better?
Alright, let me see here. Yeah, so put your skills up here at the top. That's what they're gonna do. We're just gonna have to do these things. So I'll mute, you mute, and then I'll mute, and we'll go back and forth. Okay? Bump me with your foot. I'll fix it after the stream. This is the first time. Okay. Anyways, yeah, I'll work on the audio at another point, but you know, first shot here.
Listen, it was hard enough trying to get all of our stuff set up. Yeah.
So, you can take off your GPA. A lot of people are gonna disagree. Say, turn on the reverb. Yeah, that goes worse now. Okay, hold on. All right. So, one sec. Here, look. I'll just fix this. We'll just use one mic this time. I'll fix the second one next time. But until then. All right. Yeah, we'll get it fixed next time. Add some distortion. Switch it to cardio mode. It is. Change your mic pattern to cardio. It is. It should be.
Interesting.
Okay.
I don't know.
So skills at the top because they're just gonna keyword check when you send it in. They're gonna match the job application to the skill section and be like, oh, this is a Python job. They're gonna look for the skill Python. Why are we all the way up here? I mean, that's where I put it. What does HR lady work?
I'm an HR technology consultant, but we don't disclose where I work or my name.
Mic sounds fine. Yeah, we're just trying to reduce echo. That's why at podcasts they're sitting across from each other, so there's no my sound doesn't get into hers. But we'll fix it. How much to review? It's 25, but we're only gonna do 8 paid because then we'll just be here forever. So, if you ask about the stalker video, I'm not going to talk about it because you guys are creeps, and the more I talk about it, the more it perpetuates it. So we're just going to leave it be. People are creeps trying to harass. I'm not about that, so we'll just take it down and move on.
Yeah, I can see the resumes at them right now.
You know anything about tech? I've never done anything in tech in my life, personally. Yeah, move the skills to the top, and then projects right below that. You should be okay. Let's get a new one here.
I don't recommend anybody date me when work. I've tried it. Terrible. Don't do it. Why do you want to work right next to the person? All right.
This one's okay. Josh has legs. Confirmed. I do, in fact, have legs, as you can see.
Got tall legs, too. Y'all think he's like 5 feet tall.
Okay, so here's one.
Not bad.
Not bad.
Could be rearranged a little bit, but not bad.
Where's your skill set? Language and tools. Yeah, move that to the top. It's always gonna be a keyword match.
Here's the thing for your education. Everybody tries to put your university at the top, like that's what matters. And yeah, that matters when you're in school and you're like full of university pride, like I went here. But that needs to not be bold. It needs to go underneath. Your degree is what needs to be bold and on top. The university goes underneath. Your degree is what matters post-college. Yeah, I got my own mic. We'll figure out how it works one day.
Dang it.
What's it do?
You have time today, character art. Okay. We'll figure it out. I'll get to it. 3 to 5 direct reports. Provide feedback, performance reviews, and career coaching. What does that mean? Like, what's the outcome of the career coaching? Can you explain that?
I'd be careful about putting a subject matter expert call out for all of those different things. If you want to say you're a subject matter expert within your experience somewhere, that would be good. But right now it looks like you're an SME for all of those, and they're going to call you on all of those. So if there's something that you can't answer in an interview, and maybe you can, that's great. But you really want to be able to answer just about any question under the sun if you're going to say you're an SME in something. That's something that we'll call it in an interview.
I think, what's a subject matter expert mean? Because
that means you are the expert, the number one go-to in your company. So if or in your department, if not your company. So you are the one that is you're the voice of whatever that is.
Yeah, but what does that mean? Like, what happens if someone says they're an expert, but they only know like 3 things, and this person says they're an expert?
So then you're not an expert. If you're an expert in one thing, so you're an expert in Java, you know everything about it. That's when you would say you're an SME. You're an SME for this specific area, which is why it's kind of suspect to see that you're an SME in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10 things. Usually that's not the case. You really want to be careful when you say that you are. Most people are an SME in one thing. Like I might be an SME on Workday when it comes to HR systems. And I know everything in and out of that one product. That's me. Dude, I don't know everything about everything.
Are you saying that you know everything about reporting and analytics
that
there is?
Absolutely not. Just an example. Which is why I wouldn't say that I am.
Why would you take off your GPA if it's 3.9? Well, because
it doesn't matter.
It only matters if the company thinks it does. Google doesn't require a degree. Apple doesn't require a degree. Microsoft doesn't require a degree.
And a GPA just means you're good at taking tests and turning in an assignment. It doesn't mean anything else.
It doesn't mean that you can bring the company more money, which is why they hire you, right? Like the company needs to expand because the company wants to make more money. Your GPA doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to bring them more money.
They don't care. As long as you have the degree, that's what they care about. That doesn't say anything about good at work.
Here's another one. Why would you include various arbitrary APIs. Either name them or take them off. Should resume be 1 or 2 pages? It should be 1.
It's fine to list your internships as an intern if you have a lot of other experience. But if you didn't have a lot of experience, I would put it as whatever the job title.
40 technical reviews conducted or interviews conducted. How many did you hire?
Listen, if you are an expert in something, don't worry about being humble. Be an expert. Sell yourself. That's what a resume is for. But don't try to say you're an expert in something just because you know a lot about it if you're not an actual expert in that thing. If you are asked a question, you better be able to answer it if you say.
I'd agree. I agree with Marwan. If your GPA is like 3.8 and up, like go ahead, put it on there, right? Some extra bonus points.
If you want.
But it might make a difference. It might not. You don't know.
Depends on what country you live in too. I guess some countries in Europe and other places care more than you, but not as long as you have a degree. Honestly, your university you went to, whether if it's like a university or Phoenix online versus like major university, is going to matter more than your, because that's another thing too. You have like a 4.0, cool, but did you get that 4.0 from a backseat university? Like, come on, versus like, you know? Okay. Yeah. Okay. I'm just gonna eat the mic. Is that good? Is that better? We're just gonna do resume ASMR. Just get the little ear licker.
All right.
Okay.
Why in London starting salary for junior dev is about 22K and not US 45? Well, you gotta convert 22 GBP to US, and I'd say it'd be closer to about 30. But yeah, in the UK, dev jobs get paid crap. Also, here's one thing about your GPA. Once you have your first job, your GPA becomes hyper irrelevant.
Oh yeah, that doesn't matter past your first job, especially because how long ago was that degree? And think of how fast things change, especially in tech. Really cool, you got a 4.0 on like the very first Mac ever, and now like what, 20 years later, doesn't matter. I guess if you have absolutely nothing else to list on your resume, it would be fine. But otherwise, it doesn't matter. And also, that's stuff you can lie about, right? So, cool, you say you have a 4.0, but maybe you don't, and you have like a 2.9. That's verifiable on a background check. If we really care about it, we're going to look on the background check that you consent to.
All right. There we go. Now we're finally figuring it out.
Is it better? Yay. I'm just gonna sleep on this.
We got another one. Rylan, hey, appreciate you, dude. Let me get that one. I'll mark that one down as one of the 8. We're only doing 8 today.
Now you have an
donating, and then I have to be here. When you speak, there's an echo. Yeah, hers picks it up.
Is that mine?
I'm gonna go back.
Can't.
There we go. Okay, let me go back and let's go to Ryland. Ryland, what was your title, by the way? Let me see if I can find it. Yeah, the echo's kind of bad on Josh's side. Okay. Josh has an echo.
Oh, yay. Mine's better. New mic. Guys, this is that we have this resume or a resume from it's going to be incredibly difficult, if not impossible, for you to get any kind of work that's not freelance work, any kind of actual like job for you at this age, and that's mostly due to restrictions based on your age and our working laws. And you can only work certain hours at that age. You can only work certain times of day at that age. You have to go to school still. So unless you're trying to find something as like a freelance or like, I don't know, any other way on your own, it's gonna be really, really difficult no matter how good you are at something, and that really sucks. So I would say just focus on school or focus on your own projects or try to find freelance work.
All right. Let me see here real quick. Let me turn that up. All right. Okay. So fix my gain a little bit. Here's one that's been already personal details removed.
This is a beautiful resume though, except how come the first 3 letters of each first word is in red? It's a little more experience. Tech projects.
No, I think it looks fine.
Like it looks cool. I feel like the first word, the whole word should. That's just key. But I'm glad you at least only have one other color. And the first name, last name, I like the bold last name. I do that on my resume too.
Here's what I would recommend. Take this galvanized hack reactor and software engineer mentor and flip-flop those. Because it looks like at first glance, it looks like you are trying to pass off your coding education as like a job. And a lot of people do that with college. They say, oh, I went to college for 4 years, so I must have 4 years work experience. No, that doesn't count. So you're not doing that here. So instead, put software engineer mentor, like flip-flop all of these. Put your title and then where you worked below it so that people immediately know that you are paid to do this as a job. Like, because right now it just kind of looks like you're trying to pass that off, you know?
Yeah. Cool experiences. Mentor, that sounds cool. That's not like a consultant.
You're missing an entire section. Where's your skills section? Like you have, how do I know what you can do in an organized fashion if like I can't, like I see a lot of buzzwords, you know, D3JS, data visualizations, React Native, but where can I find all of these in one location? That's what you need. You need to have a skills like section. You can use the same kind of template that you got, skills, and then just put front end, back end, other, or project management.
We flip-flopped our problems. Yeah, it says mine's good. Yours is the one with the sound problem. Okay, but mine's good.
Is mine? Mine's still good, right?
I just read that it has an echo. Better, gosh, fix.
Juan, thank you so much.
I think they just want me to eat the mic.
HR lady fine has a mic, yeah. Yeah, I think you definitely need a skill section. So let me show you what I mean. I'll kind of draw it out for you. One moment.
Hey, it doesn't matter if you have an online degree or an on-campus degree. What matters is, did you go to a for-profit school that doesn't really have any value? Did you do Udemy or something like that? Or did you actually go to a university that's accredited and has a program that's like it? A lot of it is dependent on the program, and HR might not know the difference, but your hiring manager will. So I took a lot of my classes on really matter online or in person, as long as it's a school that's accredited and it's not.
All right, so this is what I mean. You'd have like front end here, and then you list all your skills, and then you'd have back end, and then you list all your skills down here, and then you'd have other, and then you would list all your skills here, and just make that a tiny little section up at the top. What happened with the camera? New office, just trying out some things.
Yeah, there's a couple different angles we have for the camera. That's just the one that we have on for now.
Let me see. I think otherwise it's fine. Everything's in the right order. What's the email? It's just grindreel@gmail. Josh, your mic has an echo. I don't know why it does. Yeah, I keep activating her mic on accident. We just basically have to sit further away, pretty much. Business operation, Tasha, sure. Then we got another one. Super duper developers. Let me write that. Thank you for that, by the way. Yeah, I think otherwise it's great. Just add that skills section in, and you're solid. Well, okay, hold on. You need to link to your projects. I think that's something that we could talk about here. Is that you have no links to any of these? Like, I have to go to your GitHub here. I have to look for some e-commerce clone. I have to go to your GitHub here and look for a fitness app. Like, no one is gonna go here and then look for this and then try to get it to run. Just make it one click away. So add a link to this. No problemo. All right, we'll grab the next one here from Juan.
I do really like that resume, though. It looks good. It's like everybody's learning. This is good. All the things that we talk about with resumes can be applied to like everybody else's resume too. Most people make the exact same mistakes when it comes to resumes. So if we don't get to yours, just keep in mind everything we're talking about and go back and then fix yours that way. Almost everybody has the same problem.
Rylan, I just clicked they do in fact link, but here's another thing. You don't have a link to the hosted version anywhere. I clicked on it and it takes me to the GitHub, but it doesn't take me to like a hosted version where I can kind of try it out. So if you have a hosted version, make sure to add that next to it. Like the transitions. Hey, thanks, dude. Thanks for moving the camera. Oh, don't worry, I got this one up here. This is like my DJ cam, and then we have this one over here for regular. Let me grab Juan real quick. Lima, okay, got it. This guy is rich. No, I'm not. This is all on a budget.
Yeah, and a lot of this stuff is stuff we already had. Why do companies repeatedly post jobs for the same position? Do they really not intend to fill them? Tax break or something? No, not really. If they keep posting jobs for the same position, a lot of software out there for recruiting, you can post the same job in a lot of different ways, and we use those resumes and then say, hey, this is actually better suited for this kind of job. So you actually might get offered a different job than what was put out there based on what's come in. So a lot of those things are like, they don't give you a lot of options or make it easy for them to post different types of jobs. So some places will just post the same posting and then see what resumes fit with different jobs that they have on the other end. So I know it's weird, but it's nothing like tax break. That has nothing to do with anything. But also, please don't spam like your recruiters with tons of resumes and applications for the same job. It's not going to work.
All right, so this is what we're looking at. Looks like it's been anonymized. That's how you say it, right? So you got 6/2018 for education. I'm gonna assume I hope that's when you graduated, but if that is when you graduated, why wouldn't you put a bachelor's degree here? Majored in computer science. California State Seal of Biliteracy. I don't know if that's gonna matter to a lot of people. I don't know what that is. How Joshua start freelancing?
No, no. I don't think it matters at all.
What else we got? So summary of qualifications, I think that you should just use one of these. Out of the box creative problem solver capable of meeting deadlines under pressure. That's kind of like expected of you. That's going to be in the job description. That's expected. Detail oriented. That's expected. I think what this line should be, Google AdWords certified with fundamental skills in digital marketing, and then just end it right here. That's the only sentence that you need.
Yeah, your summary should never be that much. It should only be like one line, one sentence. It doesn't need to be anything more.
Yeah, Adam is correct.
Yeah, the longer your resume is, not always the better. Don't try to just fill in space. Do something else with your formatting if that's the problem.
Okay, so first of all, you're going to get popped for this if you ever apply to any programming jobs. HTML is not a programming language. You're going to get a lot of memes for that. You should probably take that off. Flying 2 mics better than the pop filter, yeah. Yeah, you're going to get some memes for that one.
Also, for your education, you don't need to say anything more other than the degree you got and the school you went to, the dates that you were there.
I think you should link to, if you've written over 1,000 articles, you should link to like your best ones, your ones that had like the most reads or the most engagement. Like this is really good. Increased impressions by 242%. Increase this by 26%. Like this is everything right here, but I think that you should link to some of your work. But yeah, remove this. Like that's just going to be expected from you.
Did you already say to remove the address? Because totally remove your address. Never put your home address on a resume. Ever. Like, never.
Explain why. Tell them why.
Because that anybody can. So you have your resume, right? And you go and pass it around. So it goes from HR to your hiring manager. Hiring managers don't know the rules either. They're not held to the rules usually either, like HR is. It might go to whoever's on that team, and you don't know. That's like passing out your address to random strangers for free who can come look you up and say, oh, wow, that's their name. There they are on social media. Let me show up at their house. Number one, really creepy, really bad. Number two, do you really want to be judged based on where you live? Maybe you live in an apartment and they think, oh, well, they haven't made it as far in life as they should have. Maybe they live somewhere really rich and then you have strangers showing up on your door to break in. They can also judge you based on maybe you're really good at this, but you're also really frugal, so you don't really live in a very nice place, or you live in the bad part of town, or you're just getting started and you live in the bad part of town. You just got a divorce and they took everything from you, and now you live in a really crappy place in a crappy apartment, whatever it is, and now you're getting judged on it because they can Google search your address. Take those off.
All right. Oh, Jacob. Thanks, dude. Well, give me the subject line, by the way. So here's something that's kind of weird that the chat noticed. It's created, managed, and optimized AdWords account. Like each one of these words is individually uppercase. Not sure why we're doing that. You could lowercase that. You know, it's a sentence. It's kind of looks like you're trying to. I don't know what you're doing here. Installed Google conversation tracking and event snippet code on. Where it look like. Why are they individually capitalized? For every single word except for the summary. Confused. Finally got her. I've had that mic. I just didn't have a setup for it. That's my ASMR mic for my ASMR channel that I haven't posted anything on, but maybe I will. Should you put just the city? Yeah, maybe put the state or the city. I can't hear. Please raise the volume's all the way up, fam. I'd say you need a skill set section, but this is your kind of skill set section.
I mean, it's kind of plain. I think all of your bullet points are not, they should maybe tab one or two back over. Having them way over there is a little bit weird of a feel for your resume. And I think maybe you're just trying to create or take up space in there because you don't feel like you have enough. Maybe in your author writer section, there's only 2 bullet points of what you did. I might add one more. Rule of threes applies to everything in life. It just looks like you did a little more. It looks like you worked there for 3 years almost. Definitely say you did more than just those things. I know you wrote over 1,000 articles, but still try and like bulk that up a little bit. Otherwise, I think it looks pretty good. Like Josh said, take that summary out, put a skills section. Should be 1 or 2 pages, nothing more. And please Please take your address out.
So HR lady is using the Yeti X microphone, and I'm using a Samsung G-Track Pro. Yeah, move everything over to the left. And link to some work.
It's not a bad resume. Somebody says it's bad. It's not bad. It's just very plain and it needs a little work. But otherwise, this really isn't the worst that we've seen. We've seen a lot worse. Hey, and a good thing, it's one page. I like that. Always keep it one page.
All right, I'm going to grab the next one. The next one we got is coming from Tasha. Here you can have the good view. This is the better camera. That one over there is just a webcam. Looks like a Blue Yeti. It's the upgraded version. It's the Yeti X. I had a Blue Yeti, but I gave it to my dad to use. So, we got Wolfgang and Jacob. Okay, Wolfgang. Thank you for that, by the way. You don't have to do that. And then Jacob Heck also.
Hey Shane, while Josh is working on this list, I don't really think it matters what online universities are good or bad. It's just
they have to be accredited.
Yeah, they have to be accredited. It's not like you can go to, it's just my first thing off the top of my head. You can go to University of Texas and take classes online, but if you do something like, I don't know, Steve Henniger or something that we hear on ads, I don't know if it's credited or not, but nobody's ever heard of that. And it's, if you Google it, it's probably not much. It's just some weird building out here. I don't know if you went there or not, or if it's accredited, just something that comes to mind. Like, just make sure it's something legitimate and accredited when you look it up. Otherwise, all universities really offer online programs and courses, and that works for people, especially if you're working. I did a ton of stuff online. I don't think it really matters that way. It just matters that it's a legitimate program and a legitimate school, not even just a school. I know Josh, you've mentioned stuff that's like at a university, but it's run by a different organization that may or may not be legit.
Yeah, they create their own accrediting. Like, I think University of Phoenix like made their own accreditation company so that they could credit their degrees. So technically they're accredited by their own accreditation foundation. So like you gotta be careful of that. But like Western Governor University, I'm pretty sure that one's legit. I don't know if like that New Hampshire one is legit, but I don't know. So this one comes from Tasha. She says, I'm not sure how to condense this to one page and make my skills section include more skills. Yeah, so here we go. Look, it's already been personal info is removed. I'll tell you what to do. You have way too many bullet points. That's the main problem here.
Many. And I'm sure since you have so many, some of them can be condensed. You can put those together. They're probably repetitive just a little bit.
I would just say pick your best ones. Made significant improvements to formalized processes. Like, what was the outcome? Anything that you can prove an outcome in, like if you made significant improvements, well, you know, if they were improvements, then what was the outcome? Like what went, like talk about that. And then just take all the silly ones, like owner of all seasonal packaging and new packaging.
Assisted product team with all processes from line building to mass production to HR especially. What does that mean? I would probably take that out. Only list things that are like the projects you worked on while you were there, things that you can put numbers to, things that are measurable or that you can prove. Anything else is kind of arbitrary and kind of just don't put that fluffy stuff in there. If you got rid of the last 3 or 4, that's the amount of bullet points you want up there. You want to be able to fit everything to one page. I go through and take stuff out of mine all the time.
I think you're missing a summary. So you should just put like, my name is Tasha, or don't put my name is Tasha, put like, don't even put your name there because it's already up there, but just put like project operations experienced with XYZ looking for an opportunity. Something like that. You need to include hard statistics. Yeah, that's basically what you need. You need like numbers. Like I increased the production team with all processes to like the time from line building to mass production increased 42% or something like that.
Listen, I took the dog bone because it's going to make a lot of noise and y'all are going to hate it. She's fine. She'll get it back. These are actual bones too. Like they live the good life.
I don't describe my positions with bullet points. Am I doing that wrong? Yeah, you're doing that wrong. Just keep everything bullet point, like achievements at work. Include your IQ. Don't do that. You just put your achievements, like things that you did that had an outcome that made the company more money. Like that's, or is going to make the company more money, right? That's what it comes down to at the end of the day. It's all about that profit. So like, what did you do at your job that had some measurable improvement? Or like if you were working on a project that didn't get released, but it was going, it was some sort of a project that was going to make the company a lot of money, like talk about that. Try to put those numbers there.
Hey, Ian, just to your question, should you use bullet points or not? Totally use bullet points. If you write us a whole paragraph, and I know a lot of places will tell you to do that, we're not going to read it, especially as HR and hiring managers who are going through these and still having to get their work done. HR who gets hundreds of resumes for one position, nobody's going to read an entire paragraph of text. We're going to read bullet points. We're going to look for keywords. That's it. So try to find a way to separate all those things out.
All right. One more thing. You got your skill section down here. So I think once you remove some of your bullet points, you'll be able to put these up there. University at bottom. Yeah, I think you'll be able to all fit this on one page. Like you can take this part off the second page. You don't need that. Other than that, I think it's
Astro,
fine.
Don't describe yourself in a resume. Number one. Number two, use action words for your bullet points. You don't want to say, I did this. You want to say, collaborated with the marketing team to build this thing for the company. Use action words. I and me and we and they, don't use that. Only use things that are like performed.
Past tense.
Yeah. Past tense for your previous jobs. If it's something that you're currently employed in and you're looking for other employment, use present tense, but still action words. If I'm currently working on something at my current job, I'll say leading a team of 5 to implement this system. If it was a previous job, implemented a system. Things like that. But yeah, never describe yourself in a resume. Your resume should speak for itself. You should never have to say, I love reading books and I love doing karate on the weekends and I really enjoy. Never do that. That's not good. Summary sections are not for that either.
Yeah, so keep all the about me stuff besides a summary sentence. Summary is not a section, it is a sentence. One sentence. Always keep your whatever, like your personal statement, like one sentence. Never more than that, and keep it short.
That stuff about you can be talking points in your interview. So keep that in mind. Don't totally put that out of your head in your interview. They're going to ask you things like, what else should we know about you? Or what do you like to do? Never give them personal details like I coach my son's baseball team, because then they think you're not going to be present at work a lot. But use those other things like, I really like keeping up with current HR technology, things like that. And I follow this person and I play tennis, and things like that should be in your interview for talking points. Also, always have something like that to say. Never just tell us, no, we covered it all. That's the worst. Have something interesting to tell us about yourself, if at all possible.
One second, I'm just looking. I'm looking for Morgan's in here.
Hey, Andy, recruiters do both. It depends on what we need it for, or if your resume comes out funky in a preview view, then we'll download it. It just depends. So I always say to send things in a docx and a .pdf. That way they have options.
Morgan, can you send it? Morgan, can you send it again? I can't see it. I typed in resume first name Morgan. I don't see it. I looked in the spam and in the inbox. Can't see it. Let me see. We got Jacob here. Oh, actually, Super Duper Developers was before that. Hold. I don't see it in there. You gotta give me the title.
Hey, Peptide, an example of how you would summarize yourself would be like, performance-driven professional specializing in this with a focus in that. It would be something like that, not, I really enjoy reading things. Hope that helps. Hey, and for everybody who's donated, thanks so much for supporting the channel. While you guys are here, maybe give us a like if you're learning new stuff or you're having fun hanging out.
We're top down right now. We're that one. Title is front end developer. I don't see it. It's not coming up. I see Jacob's though. Jacob sends me the doc. Really? Okay. Jacob, is this a meme? Are you memeing right now? You can't. You gotta be memeing. You know, high pass filter? Yeah. Oh, the desk estate? Yeah, it's gonna be great. We might do some Twitch streaming or something. Make a duo.
I'm gonna have a. See, I knew I would forget to turn it back on.
Real quick. One moment. I don't think it has any. Oh, what? Bro, why is this like 10 pages? You for real right now? Yeah, don't include online certifications because online certifications don't have any accountability to them. Like clicking next chapter to get a Udemy certificate doesn't mean that you actually did the work. You can say that you did, but that doesn't mean that you did, and that's why certifications are kind of a meme, you know? Like it's because I got whatever this thing is by clicking next chapter. It doesn't mean you did the work. It doesn't mean you understood what you did. It could have been that you just copied and pasted. Like online certifications are just going to get you thrown out. Or they're like probably laughed at. They want to see the portfolio. If you have the certifications, you put them on there. But if your portfolio is bombed, then they might still do it. But otherwise, it kind of doesn't mean anything.
Yeah, there's a difference between an online certification and an online degree. So that your degrees are fine if they're online, but certifications are kind of iffy. It might get past HR, but it's not getting past your hiring manager who really knows about this. It might get past me, but Josh is going to call you out just like he did.
In Mexico, being bilingual is a big deal. Info like that isn't important on a resume. Not really so much in the U.S. If you live in like the southern states or the bordering states for Mexico, yeah, probably help you. But if you know that your company does business in different countries, yeah, absolutely, bilingual would be great. But like if your country's or if your business is doing business in Mexico and you speak German, then that doesn't do anything for you. Okay, here, look, I'm gonna show you Jacob's resume. Boy, look at this. Jacob's always here, so here you go.
Somebody had a question about tips for phone interviews. Treat it like a regular interview. Don't give any more or less than you would normally give. They'll cut you off when they want to. Just treat it the same.
All right, so super duper develop. I looked at that and it didn't come up. How would you start freelancing? I'd go on Google Maps and I'd look for people who have crappy websites and then I would call them. What starter camera did you use? I have a Logitech 1080 thing, 920C or something. Yeah, so like this is too long. I'm not gonna read this. And then again, you have another summary down here. I'm not gonna read that either. Like, pick one.
Maybe it is a meme because he's always here.
Jacob's always.
He has to have like learned from us at some point that at least the paragraph thing is a no-no. That's the one thing we always say.
What the heck?
What the heck? I like that font your name is done in though. That's cool. With the J's and the H's a little bit raised up. That's neat. Interesting stuff like that is cool if it's used sparingly. Yeah, take out that whole paragraph. I like to see that your core competencies are all nicely split out, but I feel like the spacing in it is a little off. That attention to detail, especially when you guys are going into fields like technology and you're designing things or you're coding things or you're creating things, you really got to pay attention to detail. So even the spacing in between your columns for the core competencies, I know you might be trying to line those up with the page, but line them up with each other. I would say more than that, because right now it looks a little bit off, like you didn't pay attention to detail. And that's going to be a big deal when it comes to hiring over somebody else who did. I know it sounds nitpicky, but that's the kind of stuff in these creative type jobs. Also, why are there 3 pages? Why?
So for the example, Cisco certification. So like certifications in terms of web dev are a joke. Certifications in terms of IT and networking sort of stuff, that's good. Yeah, Jacob's trolling for sure, because this is like, did you just paste this?
It has to be.
Jacob.
You're always here. Come on. But maybe this will help somebody else go, oh my god, I did all of these things. Please fix it. Please don't do that.
Rollerino, thank you for that, by the way. I wrote that down. This has to be an absolute meme, Jacob. And I'm gonna give you a quick overview because you don't even have like an email or anything. Obviously, make this one sentence or put this on your cover letter and then pick one sentence from here, and that would be like your the book CV. Yeah. Please flip to page 38 to find my expertise in my opinion. This is I mean, it's fine. Like, you have a lot of good stuff on here, but like, do you really need, what is this? Sub bullet points on your bullet points?
Jacob, I know you say that you keep everything in this one resume and delete it for the different ones that you do. Just make a different resume and save that for specific types of jobs. Otherwise, have one job per industry. If you're going to work in tech, you only need one resume. Like that, it's going to get confusing real fast, especially for you. I don't recommend that at all.
Jacob is 1 million IQ. Yeah, I think like this is, I mean, just ask yourself, chat. Just ask yourself, if you were to get this resume, would you read this, or would you just be like, where's the part where it talks about what's relative to our job?
Where do I
angle?
find
Yes,
that
sir.
section?
Welcome aboard. Hold on. What up? This is my DJ, and we'll go back. All right. Yeah, this is kind of like, yeah, I don't do this. All right, I got another one. To look at. Jacob, you know what to do. Jacob, just message me on Discord. Which one? Did I miss it? Oh, okay. I have a question. Because I do have certs as part of my resume, should I just flat out look for open source projects to contribute to, or no? So you need portfolio projects. CEO of Swag says yes, he would read it. I don't think that you would, dude, bro. Bro. Yeah, I think this is too much. They just want to know what you can do relative to the job, not your life history, you know?
Also,
I would start with Control F, yeah.
All these bullet points have like 3 sentences in them. Bullet points should be 1. Use your PowerPoint rules. It's way too much. It's too hard to read. Then it starts to look like a paragraph. This is a whole book. If I have hundreds of resumes, this resume isn't getting read and it's not getting passed on to a hiring manager. If I did pass it to a hiring manager, they would hate my guts because they have a whole job to do aside from going through a bunch of resumes. So keep that stuff in mind. Do you want your resume seen, or do you want to put everything under the sun on there that you've ever done? Yeah, if you really want to call something else out that's not on a resume, do that in the interview. Only the important things and the cool looking things that sell yourself should be on your resume.
Someone said, how did I get into working out earlier? When I was married and I was fat, my brother-in-law came and he's like, get out of the house, Josh. I'm like, I'm playing this Guild Wars 2 right now. He's like, get out of the house. And he made me go to the gym with him. And I was like, okay, cool. And then I just kind of kept going. That's where I'm at. So I was going to say something. Okay, yeah. All right, let's go to the next one. I think the next one we got is it was Super Duper Developers. I'll look again. Then after that, it's Rollerino. Hold.
Yeah, this mic thing. One day I'll get it, guys. You can send your resumes to Grindreel. You can find that link in the description for just about everything. Do your worst. I mean, Josh was a little chunk when he was married back then. Somebody asked if you were fat. I wouldn't call you fat.
Someone said, were you fat? No way. Dude,
He just didn't work out.
I was a planet. Bro, you could substitute me for like Jupiter, bro.
Oh,
Come
be
on.
nice to yourself. That's not true.
That was true.
Oh god.
I was like,
Oh,
I mean,
God.
I was the prime exhibit at SeaWorld, my guys.
He did look a little different of a human than he looks now. Say that. How about that?
I mean, you would have wanted it. No. All right, so we got Super Duper here. It had. Let me see. I don't know.
Wolfgang,
Is this a
you're on the
portfolio?
list.
This is
Don't
a
worry.
portfolio. I don't know. How about we do this, Super Duper? Just a little thick. With like, so you put thick with 2 C's. You need to add about 400 more of those, and then maybe we talk. When were you fat? Please. When I got fat when I was married, because you get that marriage comfort weight, you know, like you're out of the game. You can't date other cute chicks anymore. Like you're stuck. So like, I sent my resume again. Did you get it? Let me look. Whenever I type Wolfgang, nothing comes up. Doesn't? No, I type in Morgan, I type in Wolfgang, it doesn't work. I see Morgan. Is your last name? I'm not gonna ask. There's something wrong with your mic. Yeah.
Dandelion, I totally agree.
Your mic sounds like you're auctioning something. Okay, hold on.
You want to talk to everybody?
All right, here we go. So it should sound at least a little bit more clear now. I'll look at this portfolio first, and I'll let you guys. Morgan's resume. Okay, I got it. I got it up then. So we'll look at this portfolio real quick, and then I'm just gonna let you guys decide what you think about it, and then I'll tell you what I think about it. But let's start with the front page. Here we go.
Your milkshake brought all the way to the yard.
This is a troll for show. So here's the front page of the portfolio. You don't need this page to be a portfolio. Here, hold on. Sorry. Hold on. I'll let you guys look at this. I'll click through the pages. Hold on. We got some. What are you doing? What? This is what they do. They run in and then new haircut. Look. Hey, thanks, Jay. Appreciate you. His milkshake brought all the boys to the yard, except it didn't. It didn't even bring the wife to the yard. You know what I'm saying? Like she didn't even want to. How did you start getting in shape? Did you use online resources? I've read a few different books. I think like Bigger, Leaner, Stronger by I think it's Michael something Matthews. I don't know. That's a good book. I lift for strength mainly. You good, dude? All right, I'll go back to this. Anyways, so this is the main page, right? If I click on the name, this is what it looks like. I don't think you should put that. I think that you should say that I believe I can make you more money, because that's all they care about. I think these colors are really harsh on. Okay, all right, look. So I keep saying I'm going to let chat decide, and then, here, look. I'm just going to click through and mute the mic. All right, just to update these two things here. This is the same page. This is the portfolio page here. The recommendations, just straight up calling out Daniel Khalid here. Esmeralda, just leaving all these people's names and photos. Do they know that they're here? I don't think you need pictures at all, mainly, but.
Oh, that's so busy.
There's a lot going on here.
That's so hard to, especially with this. The colors are not. This looks like one of the very first websites I ever.
Gabriel, thanks. I'll add you to the list.
With that yellow and the bright green. This looks like a 1999 website right now.
It reminds me of like GeoCities, honestly. I mean, if you like GeoCities, I guess it could be good. You know what I'm saying? But like, or like Zanga or something.
Yeah, this is like back when you had a Zanga. Like, it's not. I mean, if this is the way you're presenting yourself to an employer, everybody wants the newer, like new better thing, right? This is very 1999. Would not hire.
Look at the authentic recommended seal of approval here on the side.
Yeah, not good.
I think
not
we're
good,
missing.
Bro.
Hold on. We're missing
Also, your
something.
text.
Wait.
There's so many different fonts in this one page. Is this a troll? Oh god. That's all it's missing to be 1999. Yeah.
There, I add a little marquee to it. Boom.
This
Problem
is
solved.
This is pre MySpace. Like that's how behind this is. Sorry. I know you probably worked really hard and I feel bad, but that's exactly how it would feel if you tried to present this to us for a job. We'd say, God, I feel so bad. No. You gotta bring it up to speed, dude. Aesthetics 97.
Alexander, don't worry, I got you covered.
If TikTok was made in the 90s. Oh no. No.
All right, let's keep looking around. So we got GitHub. I'll look at your GitHub here. Let's look at the repos. Do you have readmes in these? Yeah, at least you got readmes.
Is that Flash?
When are we getting more of the funny short films? Maybe. Well, maybe in like a day or two.
Oh, Angel Fire. Do you remember that?
Oh no. Yeah, it's like E-Bombs World or something.
God.
Y'all remember E-Bombs World?
Oh God.
Someone in the chat said, I hope he doesn't want a UX position. I would agree.
Oh, honey. I just feel so bad, but nothing about this would get you hired. Oh, and they even get bigger when you scroll over them. Oh, no. Oh, no. I've seen prettier MySpace layouts. I mean, we did say tearing it apart.
You need to update your copyright. You're only 2017 right now.
Yeah, but this isn't if this is what you did in 2017 too, oh God. No. Also, I'm looking a little harder at this, and all of those things that are moving right now, play fast click, it says that in the icon.
I fixed it.
Password generator, random password generator, front end quiz.
I fixed it, bro. Don't see,
Oh
look.
God. Schedule your
Like
day. Schedule
now.
your
Now
day.
You have to try and find, like, you gotta click them before they go by.
Oh God.
We've done it.
Oh God. Oh no, look at this. Okay. But like in all seriousness, Josh was able to do something to your whatever this is like really fast. I feel like you should be able to fix this too. Like if Josh can do something like this to your portfolio that fast, you should be able to fix this. Please start over. Maybe from scratch even. More marquee. They want more marquee, Josh.
You just infected your PC, dude. Kind of looks like that.
Frogger.
Hold on. Will it work?
You said don't click any of it.
Want to get that image to marquee? Probably not. Oh, there it goes.
Oh,
We got the image to marquee. We got that recommended. There we go. Hold on, wait for it. There it goes.
Oh no.
It's been recommended.
Oh, no.
Seal of approval.
But only for a minute. Only
It's because
recommended for a minute.
I think the div's only like a little. Yeah, it's right here.
Recommendations that say stuff about your personality and attitude also should not
No,
be
it just
there.
restarts. Okay. Well,
Also, never provide recommendations unless they're asked for. That's a big
honestly,
thing.
this should just be your landing page, the portfolio. I'm just gonna. Yeah, the portfolio should just be your landing page. Contact. I'm not gonna click. Hold on. I'll click on that, but let me make sure that I'm not gonna dox. Yeah, you have your phone number on there. I would take it off. Is your mic one? Wait, what? My bad.
Hey, if you're gonna put your phone number on online like this on a portfolio, I would use a different phone number. Like, get yourself a Google Voice number or something like that. Don't put your actual phone number on there because anybody can go grab that and sign you up for stuff. Guess how we know?
All right. So let's jump back to the main page here. Take this off. Nobody need to know what you look like. Like, your smile doesn't get the job done. Okay.
It's a beautiful smile, but you never know what anybody's like subconscious like stereotypes or things are. You don't want to be discriminated against even on accident. So I would take that out. And also, if you have this is a professional thing, right? A portfolio. Or if you have to have a picture on a resume in another country or something like that, which we never recommend anyways. But if you feel like you have to have one on there, it better not be a MySpace picture like this or a Facebook picture or Instagram. You need to have a professional photo.
Sure that this is going to be mobile friendly.
Yeah. This is for work. Like, should be professional.
Not sure what this GIF is for. Kind of confused. If recommendations are asked, whose contacts would you provide? Past employers? Bro, my best friend's about to be my last manager. You know what I'm saying? That's who I recommend. Recommend your coworkers, not your managers.
Also, if you do feel like you have to give a reference to a company for whatever reason, never include a past manager. They have no idea what they are and are not allowed to say. So if you got fired, but you think you're still really cool with your manager and it was HR who fired you, your managers are 1000% more likely to say, yeah, he was really great. It sucks he got fired on accident. HR knows we are not able to say anything other than your last job title, your last one, not any of the other ones, and your dates of employment. If you give that to anybody else, they might not know that. HR can't do anything else. We're not allowed to. You can pursue legal action if we do. So please, don't give a past manager. Give HR or give your friend and tell your friends not to mess up. I'm everybody's reference. All my friends and family, they include me. Like, yeah.
Do we see this? Look at, this is what it would look like on an iPad.
Look at JF.
She got signed up for HR OnlyFans? No, I mean, it could happen.
Only HR fans.
Oh. But if we scroll down to the bottom, it breaks. This is a big oof. If you ever apply to like a front end job that does anything with mobile, rip your job opportunity here. No good. No go. Fix this. All right, next up, we got one more. Yeah, we got tons of dogs. I mean, look, he's just passed out. That's his whole life. It's a hard life.
The other one is under the desk right here. We have a dog bed under the desk.
Yeah.
We should go get the other dog beds because Daisy's making me hold her. And say hi.
What? Suvi's down there?
Yeah, Suvi's down here.
I don't see her.
Right there.
No, she's not.
Yeah. Oh, she was down there. Did she leave? She was just left.
Mike's kind of quiet. All right, hold on. There we go. You have your phone number and stuff on here, Morgan. Let me block it out for you.
Really nice to see you don't have your address on there, though.
Here, there we go. Swap it over. Blur out the resume, any other things. Okay. Take that. What else? Am I missing anything else? I don't think I'm missing anything. Are you guys getting value out of this? I'm concerned. You're old, 30. Oh my God. No, I got 29 days. I'll be in July 17th, my birthday. I was thinking about getting a PO box, but I feel like people would just send a bunch of floppy rubber things. You know what I'm talking about? How did you manage to look at the webpage from different devices? It's in the Chrome Developer Tools. I can show you real quick. Oh, no, I can't show you on that one. Can I show you on this one? Yeah. It's right here. You click this little button, you open Developer Tools, and you click on this little icon right here, and it will let you view it in, yeah. So, anyways, here's the resume.
Happy birthday, Rachel.
I enjoy the roasting. Jacob, I enjoy the trolling. So here's the thing. We got education. It's a really dope education. Stanford University, Coursera. It's going to be hard. Did you take a test for this? Like, if you didn't take a test that someone had to grade to approve your specialization, might be difficult. GPA 3.6. It looks like you already have a job as a data scientist, so I'm not sure why your GPA would be important anymore. As a data scientist, your big impact bullet points are going to be the ones that have the outcomes of what you did.
Josh is already a boomer, Paul.
Bro, I'm a boomer, yeah.
He's got the noise for his buttons that click through when he texts on his phone, just so you know. Also, falls asleep at 9 p.m. at his desk.
Yo, give me a break. I got a lot going on.
Can't confirm.
Relevant coursework. Yeah, I don't think you need this anymore. Like, you already have a job now. You're good to go. You can take this off. Like, all this education stuff doesn't matter once you're in the field, you know?
For education, the only thing that needs to be on there is where did you go to
Take this
school,
off.
the date that you graduated. Don't put the starting date. Nobody needs to know if it took you an extra year or if it took you the 4 years or it took you 3. No, it doesn't matter. That's either number one going to say, hey, you're this old when you went into college, because most people go in right after high school, right? So we know how old you are. You never want that.
Yeah,
Number
so
2.
2011, you are
What was that?
18 years old, 17 years old, 2011. So
Yeah.
I know how old you are right now.
Yeah. Take that off. Only put the dates that you finished school, where you went to school, and what your degree is in. Your degree should go first and be highlighted like it is here. The university should go second and not be bold. Easy peasy. Coursework irrelevant. Unless you have absolutely no other work experience, GPA and coursework need to go. Also, no one needs to know that you got a GRE.
All right, I'm going to scroll down a little bit so I don't dox them. I got to
and
swap.
what your thing was. I'm thinking of a GED. Also, if you have a GED, nobody needs to know that either.
This is a good one. This is, here, let me.
Oh, interesting.
Interesting. This is the first time we've seen that.
It's,
In the programming experience, they didn't rate themselves.
Yeah,
They
it's-
said how many years of experience.
yeah, hold on. They
have
can't
in
see it yet. I just make sure I'm not doxing. Let me.
Okay. Tell me how you feel about that, though.
All right, let's jump back in. Here we go. Ashutosh, got it. We'll add that. I think we got like. Wait.
Jackson, yes, take off your starting date. If you want to use that, though, as something cool, extra
Y'all
to know
ever-
about you in your interview, do that.
Y'all ever seen this before? What does years of experience mean? Does that mean that you're good at it? You know how many coworkers? Okay, let me ask that as a question. How many coworkers do you have that have been at their job for 2-3 years but still suck at their job? Probably a lot of you. You know, like why has the professor that is teaching you the skills you need to know? Like, why does he suck at his job? Why is he not doing that as a job? Like, people, just because you've been there for a while doesn't mean that you are inherently good at it. So take off years of experience. That, in fact, it might disqualify you.
Yep, it might.
Hold on.
2
I
years of
gotta
get doesn't mean
clarify
that,
for
you know.
Jackson. Jackson, also, I know it seems cool that you finished your degree in 2 years instead of the normal 4, but what that really looks like is that you only have an associate's degree. You're saying you have a bachelor's. So you think it looks good, but just on first pass without your explanation or confirmation or a background check to confirm or anything like that, it could be seen as negative. So I wouldn't put your starting date no matter what. And first and foremost, we know how old you are. So never put your starting date for college.
I think this doesn't, like, what does 5 years of Python mean? Does that mean that you are using it every single day? C++, does that mean every single day? Does that mean that you have, like years of experience doesn't mean that you can do the job.
Once 1 year ago.
It might,
Used it once 5 years ago.
it might mean that, like, Yeah, it's really hard. It's really hard to say. Like markdown, 1 year, specialized.
Just put what languages you have experience in. Nothing else is relevant. They're going to
Yeah.
ask you in the interview if they want to know.
Yeah, so change programming experience to just be programming skills.
Yes, she is more of a lap cat than a lap dog, or even a regular dog. She's also 9 years old, so she's allowed to be a cat.
Let me see.
That's true.
Sysadmin Timothy, thanks. Let me look at how many we have.
You're right. Senior level does not mean years of experience.
That's true.
Let me see. I would take out the years then. Yeah, take out the years. Let's look at the work experience real quick. Wrote the
But
first
also,
machine. Let's see.
all of those numbers down there for the amount of years make perfect sense, right? Because you're a math person. Of course you put a bunch of numbers down there. I'm not shocked, but I would take it out.
I think it's 2 pages. Well, let me look. Hold on.
If it's more than one page, at least taking a lot of this stuff out in your education at least would help. Okay. It's fine.
The problem is companies likes to ask how many years in certain languages. Yeah, I mean, fill that out on the application or wherever you're
In your
applying.
interview.
Yeah, don't talk about it on your resume because it's so
Yep.
vague. Like you're
They'll
sending that
wanna
out
know
to
that.
multiple jobs. IT contract. Okay, well, I'll fix it. I don't know why it's broken. I didn't change it.
See, glad to hear this is helping you even without submitting your resume. Hopefully you guys can all take stuff you learned from here, apply it to your resume. Hopefully it helps you look for jobs, interview, things like that. We're not just trying to roast you. We're trying to help you.
Ask people at my university recurring told me that dates are necessary. Yeah, people that like just ignore your university alumni.
They're dumb.
They're dumb.
Yeah, they're there to take your money. You're trying to make money. Don't listen to them. I had a university tell me to put my work experience in a paragraph form instead of bullet points just because it looks cool and new. Okay, now that I'm in HR, I know that they're full of crap. So don't do it. Don't always listen to them. You can listen to them if you need a jumping off point, but I would rather listen to Google than anything I learned in a full class we had for resumes. I had an entire semester class required of resume and portfolio. I don't use either of those. I made my own just with work experience in HR.
All right, we got another one here. So for the years when I finished school, I just put the year I graduated. Yes, just put the year you graduated. Don't put the year you started because then we know how old you are.
And the reason Josh keeps saying we don't want to know how old you are is because you might think it's cool to say, yeah, I'm young and I'm in touch with all of this current stuff, but you never know who's interviewing you. You don't know who your manager is going to be. Maybe they have a bad view of that. Maybe they think you're after their job. So maybe being young isn't good. Or maybe it's vice versa. Maybe they don't want an older person on their team. You never know. Even if you think you do, you never know who your resume is going to touch. So don't refer to your age. It's not anything you have to disclose until your background check or to HR for your benefits. But that stays within HR. HR is not allowed to tell hiring managers or anybody else your birthday unless you give consent to do so.
A manager tried to remove senior because you were younger. Yeah, exactly.
See?
You never know when you're going to get discriminated against, who's going to like it or not like it, or when it's going to serve you or not. So don't make those decisions for them.
Someone said professors are the ultimate authority figure. Exactly, dude. There's such a meme. Like when they make their own textbook and then they make you buy their textbook to be able to do their homework for the semester. They got their own friggin' printing press side hustle going on for all their students. What a racket. I don't know how that's legal.
And think about that too. Like it's when we talk about GPAs, your professor decided you made an A in that class. Like they decided how well you wrote that paper. Maybe it was an A paper, but maybe they gave you a B plus because they're going through tons and tons of them. You never know. They're deciding. That's why your GPA really doesn't matter because it's all relative. It's all subjective. It's nothing that's really like hardlined and the same for everybody across the board. My A at my university would be different than Josh's A at his university. So it's irrelevant. You say you got a 4.0, but where? Like, and how? And who is your teacher? It's not the same. That's all really important stuff to think about.
All right, let's take a look at this. This is 2 pages right here. Skills, put that at the top. Certification, that's fine because it's not like a web dev cert. Your LinkedIn actually made me laugh. LinkedIn.com/n/Latino sounding name because he removed everything. It's kind of funny. That's not real. It's just funny.
Yeah.
At
least they removed stuff.
The formatting's all off.
Good.
All right. I mean, it looks okay. Is the formatting wrong here? Rollerino? Seeking project manager role after 3+ years leading. Yeah, I would just take that out. Your dates should indicate that. And in healthcare manufacturing industries. I think, I'll open this up in Open Office, but give me one moment.
Problem.
What?
I have a problem. Oh, no, it's not. Weird. Okay, so problem with this resume, they can't see it, but when we get back to it, one of your lines down here is like a weird justification. You're trying to have all of your words spaced out. I don't remember what that's called. It's not good. Everything should be the same. Highlight your whole document or all of your bullet points and make sure they're exactly the same. This is what I talk about when you have to be detail focused in fields like this. You try to get hired for something where you're trying to debug. We're going to say they can't debug this. They can't even debug their resume. Like your dates right here. Look at those.
It's very off, he says. So I'm going to open up it in Open Office.
Oh, okay, good. Yeah, okay, and that's a good point too. When you send your resume to a recruiter, send them in a PDF and in a doc. Because that way if something's weird and funky, we can open it again in another way. That way the recruiter's not going to give you benefit of the doubt past that.
I'm looking. Hold. Open Office coming through. I don't actually have Microsoft Word. Okay. All right. Formatting is way off. You're right. True. It's kind of... It's one page.
It's a lot better now, but
Yeah.
It looks like you made this in Excel, which is not good.
No, I think it's
you did. You made it in Excel. I can see this part on the end with all those boxes that go past the...
No, it's just tables. It's just a bunch of tables.
Take your tables out. It
Here.
looks like you made it in Excel. HR is going to
Here's
laugh.
what we're looking at.
We hate Excel. Look at that. Your table,
I mean, it's one
you have
page.
extra tables up there.
I mean, it could just be the formatting.
It looks better than it did. But this attention to detail thing is so important, you guys, especially when you're going into a field like this. If you're going into communications or if you're going to work at like the front desk at a doctor's office or anything else basic, maybe it's not so bad. But you guys you have to be you have to be detail oriented. That's stuff we look at with jobs like this. All of that can go. None of that is needed. Tables can go.
Oh, the skill section is.
Oh yeah, skills are great, but your formatting and your tables gotta go. 1000%. Because then you get mistakes like that on the right hand side over here. Not good. Bad look. And that could be the one little thing that costs you, do we send your resume on or not? And it's not fair. It does suck. It's stupid. I totally agree. But you gotta play the game if you want to get hired. It's just the way it is. I have to play the game too. We all do. If you don't want to play the game like Josh, make your own job. That's the easy solution. Tough love, but all the love in my heart.
I think this is fine. Just put your skills up here at the top. If you're applying to business stuff, put this up here. Does putting certification as Azure administrator help in resume? If it's like an Azure administrator specific job, yeah. I made it in Word.
Career
Okay.
objective. Don't call it that. Call it summary if you're gonna call it anything. Career objective gotta go. Also, That's a different size than skills. That's a different size than experience. All of these things. Attention to detail, dude. Very important.
Got laid off. Should I put that on my resume or just write present? Yeah, just put present. Don't put
No.
if asked, tell them I got laid off and forgot to update resume. No, don't say that I got laid off. Just say the budget for the project ran out.
And don't say that until the interview. Never put that on your resume. Like Josh says, until you get to the interview, you can put a different date on your resume and then clarify in your interview. Maybe bring a new resume that has correction on it. But never tell them you got fired. Never tell them you got laid off on a resume. You can use that as an excuse for why you have a job gap, though. That's perfectly acceptable in an interview only. But never tell them you were fired. Especially never put reason for leaving a job on your resume. And the reason for that is when they call to verify, HR can't say, yeah, they were fired on this date or they had poor job performance. We can't tell them any of that. When they call to verify your employment history, we can only say, hey, he was a team lead and he worked from this date to this date. We cannot say how good you were or not at your job. We can't say why you were fired, and we can't say if you were fired or not. So why put it? I hate to say lie, but tell yourself what sounds better. I left to pursue my whatever, or I left for greater opportunities or anything else, or I was fired. Like, you're not getting the job if you tell them you were fired.
I will leave it like this. I think this is fine. Just career objective, skills, experience, certification, education. It's all good. You guys can't really. Well, I'm looking. You guys can kind of see it, but yeah, I think this looks good. If you don't have spaces after commas, your resume will be burned. Yeah, I mean, except you're just trying to get all the information in as small a space as possible, basically. I mean, you could also just do pipes.
Fix your form.
Lay some pipes, like I do after the stream, you know. What?
Fix all the details. Take the boxes out. Make sure your headings are the same size. Make sure your text and your bullet points are all the same size. Make sure all of your dates are justified and are written the exact same way. All that is incredibly important, especially for jobs that you guys are applying to in tech. Like, there's so many of those issues right now. All of those lines, all of the tables, gotta go. Never put a table. Like, make a line that goes horizontally over putting a table, especially for HR. We're gonna see that as Excel, and
Okay, so you did something here, which is you made all of this bold.
Yeah.
Just either make some of the things bold or like BI for 30 sites. Like you could do that. Over 50K in process improvement. Like you could do that. Save 10K on training costs. You could do that. But like, don't do the whole sentence.
Don't put any of it bold. If it's that important, it should be your first bullet point. List your bullet points in order of importance too.
All right, sweet. Let's move on to the next one. How much battery does that camera have? I don't know.
Hope that helps you guys. We really aren't trying to like hate on you too much, but we just want to help. And we really gotta drive it home sometimes.
Who's next? Who is next?
Where's your list?
We got Gabriel.
Cool. Did you do Rollerino? Is that what we just
Yep.
did? Okay.
Dude's like, keep subscribing. So here's the thing. You're not going to gain subscribers if you go to other people's live stream and say, hey, come to my stream. That's just not how it works.
To that
one
end,
link is broken,
because
we'll
those
fix.
are usually spammed. You're not going to get anything read if you spam it too.
Gabriel, got you. Let's look
deal.
at this one. You removed all the good stuff. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, got it. Oh, it's 2 pages. Oh, okay, all right. Here we go.
Somebody said you gave you the good headphones. I think they're just as good. These are wired. Yours light up like a rainbow. So who got the
Yo,
good
look at
deal?
these. Look at that. Look at that RGB. RGB, all the things.
Light up.
Yeah, but those are more comfortable, I think. I like your desk. Hey, thanks, dude.
because I have a
Spent a lot of
giant
time on
head.
this.
Yeah, we spent days
Dude,
putting
so
this
much.
together.
So much, like,
Y'all, we hung things on the wall.
for 2 days. Here we go. The table's
Set up
out.
all my rocks back there.
Sweet. All right,
set up
so
20% of
technical
my
skills,
rocks back.
solid. You could this space here could get removed.
What up, cat?
That's fine. So the main thing you could get this to be 1 page. I think that you just have a lot of white space. You have a company, you worked here, September, so you have a job gap from September to June. You might get popped for that one. I would probably just change this one to be June. Yeah. That's what I would do.
Yeah. That's wait. 2019. Those are overlapping.
Oh, this is double
yeah,
jobs.
Yeah, they're
then.
overlapping.
Yeah, so you have 2 jobs. You can get popped on that.
You're gonna have to explain that. Have a good reason and how you were able to do that, because they're gonna ask you. How are you able to get around a non-compete? How are you able to manage your time? Are you planning to do that in the future? Very important. We will look at that. I know it sounds like you're an overachiever, but also it sounds like you're not going to dedicate all of your time to that job. And I know that sucks. But
oh, here's something we got to talk about. We always talk about it, but take your rating off, bro. What does proficient in JavaScript mean? What does knowledgeable mean?
No,
I had exposure, bro. I've had exposure to friggin' everything there is. Like this entire page would just be filled with things that I've been exposed to, you know? Except the Rona, because I haven't been exposed to that, luckily. But like, you see what I'm saying? Like, you can't put this. Just put all of the skills that you've done things with. Does that make sense?
Let us rate you. Let HR decide. Let your hiring manager is going to be first and foremost to decide. You might think you're proficient in it, and you might not be. You might think you've only been exposed to it, but you might be great at it. Let them decide.
Those are clients in the company. I could probably improve how it's presented. You should say that for sure then. You should link to them, I guess.
Ooh, I have another good point. They might need you to know something, and you could totally be like, yeah, I could do that. And as long as they don't code test you could learn it later on the job. That might keep you from getting the job if you say, no, I have no idea. Keep that stuff in mind. Don't say how good you are or are not in something.
Someone said, although the channel is more focused on programming, it's just kind of a random channel, honestly. It's like career stuff, career and entrepreneur stuff. If you consider extending the content to user experience design, I mean, it's not limited to that. Just not a lot of people come here for that.
Oh, Lickard, I'm glad you've learned stuff. That's kind of, Josh says it's random, and it totally is, but he happens to have this knowledge, and I happen to have HR knowledge. We just want to help y'all out, and you guys seem to have a lot of questions about this stuff.
Here's one. I think I would probably take critical thinking and reasoning off, because that's going to be, like, expected.
You better be able to think and reason. Duh. All of that's got to go. By the way, relevant, and this is under education. All of that needs to go. We expect you to have taken math. Cool. Especially if you have a degree in physics, that's awesome. You don't need to tell us that you took a math class. We know. It needs to be your degree bold underneath that or next to it, depending on how much room you have on your resume left to spare. So it's one page. Put your university.
So you have so you're a consultant, and these are the different companies that you've worked for. So yeah, you just didn't. Yeah, okay. It makes more sense now, like company client, but then you put company, so change that to be client or project. I would maybe just make these projects.
Make sure to be vague. You can't put. If you're a consultant, a lot of times you have contracts and agreements that say that you can't say which company was your client. So you can be vague though. You can say I worked for the largest medical insurance provider out there, instead of having to say like Blue Cross Blue Shield or whoever that happens to be. Be vague, but still make it known what you did. You are so close to 1 page, dude, and you could fix that by condensing all of the wordiness in a lot of your bullet points. I've done a lot of things. My bullet points are 1 line. The only one that's not 1 line is because it was an actual award for my biggest project, and it's like my highlighted thing on my whole resume. So that's why it's 2 lines. Think of it that way. Should be 1.
Only pick the bullet points where you have an outcome. Like, utilized this to do what, which caused what.
Perform tasks in an agile, fast-paced environment. Take that out.
That's expected.
Yep, it's expected. And also, can you prove that? No.
Yeah. Here's another
And
one.
plus, that saves you space on your resume.
That's another one that's expected.
You can also make space on your resume by playing with the font size. You can go print it out. As long as you can read it when it's printed out, we can blow it up on the screen. I would say don't go any lower than 8 point, but that may help you too for keeping it all on one page. But that's number one. We're not going to read the second page.
The ones like this, the ones where you have an outcome, reduced event check-in time by 70% with 90% facial recognition success rate. These are the types of bullet points that you want. What you did, the outcome, how it improved, how it made it more money, whatever it did. This is, make all of these bullet points this, if you can. I guarantee if you tried to make all of your bullet points this, you'd be able to fit this on one page.
Hey, yikes. Why would you try to format your resume to look like Excel? That's weird. I've seen resumes done in like Photoshop and stuff. Also weird. Don't recommend. Make it in Word, make it in whatever you have like that, make it a PDF, send it. Yeah, there's no reason to put things in tables. It looks really weird and kind of tacky in a resume form.
Do I need this?
I don't think so. Well, actually, just keep yours on. Just,
Okay.
yeah. Let's see. Let me go to the next one here. We got, oh yeah, Timothy. And then that's it. We've maxed out. It's a sysadmin. Oh, I haven't seen one of these in a while. Gabriel, thanks for the feedback, dude. That's good. You use latex, Josh. I prefer lambskin. Thank you. I'm allergic to latex. Finally, a second mic. I've had that mic for a while. We just didn't have a way to like set it up. It still kind of overlaps.
What are the main sections HR scans in a resume, CV? Let me tell you. We're going to only scan one page usually. We're not going to go to the second page. We're going to look at your most recent 1 or 2 jobs. If we can find what we're looking for, we might go before that, depending on how long ago those jobs were. If you had 2 jobs in the last 3 years, great, we'll look at those 2. If it's past those few years, a little more relevant. We're going to look to see if you have a degree and what your degree is in. Not necessarily how long it took you or anything else about it. It doesn't really matter. That's pretty much it. The skills are going to be picked up in like the scanning for where you applied, but that's not usually something we look at as HR. We just look to make sure that that skills section has some things that check the box that the hiring manager is asking for. We don't always know what those things mean, but we know that the hiring manager said, hey, make sure they know SQL. So we say, oh, look, there it is on your resume, and that's it. So that's the biggest things we scan for. That's why we say don't put it in a paragraph. We don't care how well you can write a sentence. We want to know that you have all the relevant stuff.
Okay, good. So here is it's a very, very simple system administrator resume. Oh, by the way, I can't get to everyone's like resume because obviously this would be a 900-hour stream as much as I want to, but you can still take all of the tips and put them on your resume. But yeah, this is the last one, and then I think that's it because it's been an hour and 45 minutes. So here is the system admin one.
How's it go by so fast?
Yeah, it goes by fast, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we have first name, last name. Here you have your address. Take the address off. We can see what part of town you're from. Don't do that. We can see if you're rich or broke, basically.
And you never know who's going to get your resume and going to show up at your doorstep. There might be a secret creeper on that team looking at your resume, and now they know where to find you.
What up, Jay?
Ooh.
Actually, you can put just the city or state if it's relevant to where you're applying. If I'm in Houston and I want a job in Austin, most companies in Austin only say they're going to hire people in Austin. So I would say Austin, Texas, so that I could get a job there. That's okay. But anything else for your address, take it out. Same applies if you're trying to switch states.
Digital Spirit says a resume needs to be as minimalist as possible. No, it needs to be as not so much minimal. It just needs to be very simple. And when it comes to the UX, like make everything one click away, one everything basically. Just use that as your ideology. You just want to
keep it clean, keep it short and to the point. One page, clean, easy to read.
Yeah, make all the links on your projects one click away. Make all of the GitHub links one click away. The hosted links one click away. Make everything one click away. Just one of everything like that. Just
make it easy.
Just pretend it's Friday at 4:30 and you're just about to leave the office, and then all of a sudden you get 400 resumes that you're supposed to look at. Like, you're going to spend as little time as possible on each one. You don't know when the person that's getting your resume is looking at it. It might be at 4:45 on Monday, and it's Monday, and they just want to leave the office, and they're tired of being at home, and they just want to stop working, but now they have to look at your resume. So they're going to spend as little time as possible. So keep that in the back of your head. Like, just make it very, very, very simple. Nice and frugal. How can I get hired in North Korea? I think if you just walk across the border, they'll just put you in a camp and put you to work. So
have you tried
should be
being
good.
From North Korea?
Can you stream more than 1 hour? It's been 1 hour and 45 minutes. So the battery up there is going to die soon. But anyways, let's go back to this. So this is fine. Skill set's fine. You don't have any, like, you have work experience 2016 to current. That's fine. Certifications. This is all like, these certifications are ones that are okay. They're not like the Udemy certificate. You know what I mean? Feels like a podcast. Hey, thanks.
Nice.
We're still figuring it out, but I have to stream today, so.
Hey, they said there's formatting errors, and there should be stuff in those boxes. Like, keep that in mind too. If that came to us with formatting errors, it's gonna go to the recruiter with formatting errors. So send 2. You can upload or email however you're doing it, but send 2. Send a PDF and a doc so we can open it in different ways to make sure that we have it the right way. If it comes to us like this, then you're using something that is making it funky. So either give us another way to open it or just use like a dash. Test it out. Send it to your friends. Send it to a friend with a Mac. Send it to a friend with a PC. Send it to however else they're opening it. But testing it out is really important too. You guys are in this field. You QA, you test, whatever. Like, details, guys.
Yeah, I guess if you don't have any projects to link, don't put them, but you should probably have at least maybe some. Well, I mean, I guess you just don't. So this is all you have. Education ideally would be down here at the bottom, but if you don't have any education, don't put it, right? But if you have PHP, Python development, I'm sure you've made something. Like, what have you done with this besides just do server admin stuff? If you've made anything, link it down here.
Hey, Chris, if you're still in college when you're applying for jobs, definitely put that on your resume. It's good to see. We like seeing that. All you have to say instead of the date is currently enrolled. Easy peasy.
What up, Nathan? Let's see. I think that's it. I guess that's it. Yeah, I think that's all for the stream today. I'm gonna have to fix this room up some more and run some errands, and then we're good to go. Thank you for sending that in, Timothy.
Figure out the mic stuff too.
Yeah, we got to do that. That's the main thing.
All
But I'll be back tomorrow with probably a video about how, like, company devices are not good. So, yeah, we'll do that. Thanks for being here. Leave a like before you head out, and then I'll probably leave you with some sort of music from Sarah the Instrumentalist. She's pretty
Hope
dope.
y'all learned some good stuff today and had fun hanging out with us. If you did, maybe leave us a like.
Yep. Why did you delete the last one? Yeah, so, like, people try to creep and harass, so I'm not about that. I took it down. Let me see. Yeah, I hope it helped. I hope you enjoyed. Thank you for all the donations. Thanks for all the support. Here's some music. Room is coming together well. Hey, thanks, dude. I gotta do the rest of my house now. Dummy Thick Josh. Hey, appreciate you. And then I always forget if there's something. Yeah, there's some links in the description if you want to check them out. Yeah, I'll be back. I'll be back in a day. Appreciate you. Leave a like. I'm out. Goodbye. Look, you want to see? Look, watch this. I'm gonna press the Streamlabs button, and it's gonna go to the ending screen. Like, I've had this for a while, and I finally set it up. You ready? Goodbye.